Hey lovelies, I'm Charity Ugu, and what I do in my videos is that I try to influence your marriages positively. I try to do everything I can to make sure you are happy in your marriage. And so you are welcome to today's video, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts on how you can actually begin your life as a married person. Or for that person who is about to get married, you're just making up and preparing for it, there are some tips that I'm going to be sharing here that will actually guide you through your married life. And for some that have already gotten married or are already married for a long time, there are still some tips that you can actually pick up from this video to help you do well in your marriage. And so in today's video, first I'm actually going to ask you to subscribe to this channel, like my videos, give me a thumbs up, because when you subscribe to my channel, every time a new video comes up, you are going to see it quick. And so in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you 5 tips that I think they are actually my thoughts. I think that these tips, when you put them into practice before you get into marriage, they go a long way to help you through, so you don't have lots of regrets in your married life. And so number one, I'm going to ask you to begin on your knees. I'm going to ask you to pray a lot. Learn how to pray, like I've always said in my other videos. Make it a point for you, a key point for you to know how to pray. Get down on your knees to pray about it. If you are already married, like I said in my other video, pray, 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 and never stop praying. So you are going to be praying a lot, so you make things easier for yourself in the journey of marriage. So I'm urging you right now, if you are preparing to get married, you're not married yet, start practicing. And if you are already married, then if you have not been praying, I think you should make it a point of duty to pray. And so in number 2 of these 5 points, start up a friendship with your husband. If you have not been friends, if you have not met each other as friends, maybe you met in one circumstance or the other and you didn't get to form a friendship, I think you should start working on it. First of all, practice learning him. You have to learn your husband. You have to understand him. You have to know his way of life, of doing things. So when you understand him, it begins from there. Start doing things that will make you close to him and then form this friendship. You know what this friendship does for you? It actually makes you free to communicate with your husband. It makes you free to say things, like almost everything. Because when you speak to your friend or you speak with your friend, you know how you go about it. You are free, you talk about a lot of things. That is how it is when you are friends with your husband, with your spouse. You discuss everything, absolutely everything. You don't even have any reasons to hide anything away from him. So form friendship with him. Form closeness with him, so you'll be able to share everything concerning your family, concerning your life, even personal issues, personal stuff concerning your body, or anything that you think you are not free to discuss with him. If there is a friendship, you'll find out that you are totally free to say anything to him, and it's going to be vice versa. He will be able to say anything to you, not keeping things away from you. So it actually starts when you form a friendship with him. So do try to form a very close friendship. In fact, I'm going to tell you to be your husband's best friend. Be his best friend, and that way he will be your best friend, and then voila, it is like that. It is what it is. So 2 of you should form a friendship. Whether you're about to get married or you are already married, start working on it. Form a clean, close friendship with your husband, and things, discussions, talking about things, everything like that will be just easier for you. And so my number 3 point is that you should stop what you cannot continue. There are mistakes that we make when we want to get married to someone. You notice something about him and you just keep quiet because you just want to marry. Or in your mind now, you think that along the line he's going to stop. What if he doesn't stop? What if he decides that that is his pattern of life, especially when you have settled down in your marriage and you are trying to make him stop? Some people don't stop. They just tell you it's their way of life. So if you notice something in your husband to be or your husband, especially at the beginning of your marriage, even after some years of your marriage, and you notice something you don't like, I think it is better for you to talk about it, so you don't have a long time of suffering over something you cannot tolerate. So if you notice that, for instance, if you notice that he eats and eats from the beginning of your relationship and he doesn't ask you if you have eaten, I think you should correct it, because If he lingers when you get married and you have children, he's just going to eat up everything in the pot, and he will tell you with things you had already eaten. I'm just giving an example. So there are stuffs like that. If you notice something from the beginning of your relationship, whatever it is, and you don't like it and you think you won't be able to tolerate it in your marriage journey, well, I think you should put a stop to it politely. So you talk to him about it, discuss it so he will understand your take on that particular thing. He will work it out on how to put a stop to it, knowing that you don't like it. But if he does not know that you don't like it, how will he know that he needs to stop? So I think it's best to discuss things that you don't like in the beginning of your marriage. Just talk about it politely. Let him know that those kinds of things he does, that you don't like it, and then he will start working it out. So you put a stop to it. The same way, if you start learning to talk to him about everything, he is going to absolutely do the same with you. So you don't have hidden feelings or stuff like that. You just feel free to discuss things about each other. And so number 3, I'm going to ask you to set powerful goals for your family, not minding your beginning. Don't look at how you have started, because sometimes you start very little and then you don't even have idea where God is taking you to. If he takes you there and there are no plans, you're just going to be rambling about. You will not know where to start from. But then if you have practiced and you have discussed it, you have talked about it, you have set your goals properly, then you just flow along with it as the things that you ask for God, as they begin to come in. So from the beginning of your marriage, sit down with your husband or your husband-to-be and start discussing things you want, what you want for your life. What kind of house do we want? Where are the places we think we can go to? What kinds of things can we do or not do? How many kids are we going to have? Anything, just talk about things, set up goals for your family, big ones. Don't limit yourself to what you have, because if you are hardworking, there are places that you can actually reach in your life that you don't even believe you can get to. So set goals for your family and do not limit yourself when you are setting these goals. Make sure you set your goals according to what you believe that your God can do for you. So set goals for your family. Don't limit yourself. Don't say, I don't have this, so I'm not even thinking of it. You don't think of that, then you may not just get there. You are what you think you are. So set positive goals for yourself, set positive goals for your family, and then work towards it, and boom, it's going to come in the future. So set positive goals for yourself and your family, and do not limit yourself. 5, I'm going to say here, this is very important to me. Start practicing submission. Start practicing respect for your husband. If you don't know how to respect him, start practicing. If you don't know how to submit to him, start practicing. I think you should learn from the beginning that there are times in your marriage, in as much as I'm an advocate for respecting the woman and letting the voice of the woman be heard, but you should also know that it's not all about you. Everything is not about you. It doesn't just have to be you. You should know that most of the time, in fact, oftentimes, his own ideas, his own beliefs should be respected. In fact, what I do most of the time, at the end of the day, my ideas may just be the one that will be chosen, but I just listen to what he has to say to me. I just listen to his ideas. Let him tell me what he thinks. Let him decide. And then after he has decided, I'll just chip in a little. And then he may just buy it. And at the end of the day, it's my idea that is bought. So it depends on how you come after a man with your ideas. Don't be forceful with it. But first of all, learn to submit to him. Let his opinions count. Let him decide sometimes and just agree with it. I know you have sense. You are very good. You can think. I know we women, we're very funny. We think that we know everything. As a matter of fact, we are trying. But then let his opinions count. Let his opinions count. Learn how to respect him. And when you begin with all of these points that I have given you, along the line of your marriage, you find out that there may not be too many things to regret. Because in my videos, I am doing my best to make sure I share my ideas with you, my thoughts with you, so that you can be able to find it easier as you're just coming into it, so you won't have lots of issues. Even if you have issues, they are not just going to give you wahala. So you begin to learn now things that you put in practice in your marriage to make it work. And so I'll see you in my next video. Subscribe to my channel. Love you like always. Love you like always. See you in my next video. Bye for now.